This is Matt Fitness, this is a coat hanger, and I'm going to get straight to the point. HIIT training is a more effective way of burning body fat than moderate intensity cardio. Now, before I get into the reasons behind it, I'm going to quickly explain to you what I mean by HIIT training and moderate intensity cardio. Moderate intensity cardio is what you see most people doing in the gym. So it's where you go on a piece of like cardio equipment, so like a cross trainer or a treadmill or a rowing machine or a bike, and you're on it for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, sometimes even 60 minutes, but you're working at a moderate intensity. So we're talking about 60 or 70% of your heart rate max. HIIT training is, which is short for high intensity interval training, so it's technically HIIT training, but that sounds weird. That is where you go on something like a bike or a rowing machine. They work best for it, and you basically do loads of short bursts of really intense exercise with short recovery. So an example could be 30 seconds flat out on a rowing machine, rest for a couple of minutes, do it again, and you do that kind of 6 or 7 or 8 times or whatever you like. First reason why HIIT training is better is that you burn more body fat relative to time, okay? Now, the misconception comes because basically doing that 60 to 70% heart rate max, working in that bracket, you do, it's called your fat burning zone, and you do technically burn more fat relative to the overall amount of calories you burn. So for example, if you do 10 minutes of work on a treadmill at 60 to 70% of your heart rate max, possibly half of the calories you burn are going to come from fat, okay? Whereas if you do HIIT training, a smaller percentage of your calories that you burn will come from fat. However, HIIT training will burn far more calories overall as a whole, okay? So, for example, if you are doing your moderate intensity cardio, like I said, in 10 minutes you might burn 200 calories and 100 of those will be fat, okay? But doing your HIIT training, in that same time frame, you're going to burn maybe 300, 400, 500 calories. So, although you're only burning a smaller percentage of those calories as fat, the overall amount of fat you burn and the overall amount of calories you burn is far greater, okay? So therefore, you're going to lose more body fat. Right, the second reason it is better is that doing moderate intensity cardio, you are going to build very little, if any, muscle, okay? So doing like 60 to 70% on a cross trainer of your heart rate max, there will be almost no muscular adaptation, muscular growth. However, doing your HIIT training, particularly if you are new to it, you are going to notice quite significant muscle gains, right? So if you're doing your session on a bike or on a rowing machine where there's big pulling or big pushing involved, especially in your legs, you'll notice quite a lot of hypertrophy, alright? So obviously that added muscle is going to increase your basic metabolic rate, which means you're burning more calories throughout the day, which means you are burning more fat. And the third and last reason why it's better is quite simple. If you go into the gym to do your moderate intensity cardio and you are on the treadmill for 60 minutes, not only is that mind-numbingly boring, but it's also eaten up a large portion of your gym session or of your day, right? That's an hour gone and you've only done one thing, right? Whereas your HIIT training, it only lasts kind of 10-15 minutes. Obviously it's going to be a lot harder and you're going to feel tired afterwards, but it's done in 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever. You've got more time to get on with the rest of your session or to get on with your day, so it is far more convenient. And plus it's more fun, and I promise you, you'll feel much better for doing it. Now, just to back up my point, I was reading about a study recently where they had 10 random kind of gym goers, so they were fairly active guys, women and men, there was 20 of them. They split the study into 2 halves, so you had 10 and 10, the split was done randomly, and it was over maybe like I think a 6 or an 8 or maybe a 12-week period, but basically 10 of them were doing HIIT training and 10 of them were doing moderate intensity cardio. So the moderate intensity cardio guys would do 3 sessions a week of up to about an hour, just doing their 60 to 70% heart rate max, and the HIIT guys would do, again, the same time, but they would spend it doing HIIT training. So it might be 4, 6, 8 sets of say 30 or 45 seconds, almost flat out on a bike or a cross trainer or whatever, but they were both doing the exact amount of time of exercise each week, and they found that after the period of time, so I think it was, let's say 6 or 8 weeks, the guys doing the HIIT training lost more body fat, alright? So that was an actual study, they did both types, and the HIIT training resulted in a bigger loss of body fat. Now, before I go, I'm going to give you a quick example of a HIIT training session you could do. First off, I would recommend using either the bike or the rowing machine. Now, you're going to set the resistance to something which is sufficient to allow you to pedal or to pull really hard, but not too loose or too much that it makes it awkward. You are then going to do 30 seconds almost flat out, right? Almost being the key word. Don't go flat out, work slightly below that, but obviously you're going really fast. You go 30 seconds of that intensity, you rest for 2 minutes. For that 2 minutes you can either just sit there, you can walk around, you can pedal or pull really, really slowly, but basically rest for 2 minutes. And then you repeat that 6 times, alright? So 6 sets of 30 seconds, almost flat out, with 2 minutes recovery, alright? Have a go at that. If you find it too hard, reduce the amount of sets. If it's too easy, you can increase it. You can, over time, you can increase or reduce the recovery. You can increase or reduce the resistance. You can change the length of the period of time that you're going almost flat out for. There's loads of ways of changing it. Have a go at that. Let me know how it goes. Put it in the comment section. If you passed out or you broke your leg and it's ruined your life, don't put it in the comment section. Just send me a private message and we'll try and sort out some kind of compensation. Thanks for watching, and guys, I'll see you later.